Checking out this next song by subscriber request. We are now having the return of Orbit Culture to the channel, this time with Tales of War. Now, I've taken a look at some of their other work, and naturally some of you all have recommended some more songs to go along with what I've already listened to as of more recently. Been excited to check this one out for a little bit, but been a little busy, but we're getting to it. Slowly whittling my way through this list as we are speaking, but without further ado, let's get into it. I already like the opening. Kind of like openings with having this very atmospheric feeling to it. All right. Okay, I think I've noticed kind of a trend when it comes to like these Swedish bands in particular, is that a lot of the tones that they have in their music are more atmospheric, it seems. There's not it doesn't seem as if there's a big focus on lyricism, singing, screaming. Overall, it seems like there's a more like body within the instrumentals itself, if that makes sense. Because I've noticed this also with like Eminence and a lot of their songs, that compared to music in like the US, where things here are very, very fast paced when it comes to music, and the songs are usually very short, and it gets straight into the instrumentals and the lyrics right away, at least more of the recent stuff that I'm listening to. Granted, I don't know how. I haven't looked into Orbit Culture's history as a band yet. I'm working on it. I'm whittling through like some of the history on some more of the stuff that I'm listening to. But they do give me that feeling they've been around for a little bit. So that could also be that it's their style. They've cemented it as their own. But that is ultimately what I do like about Orbit Culture and a lot of these Sweden based bands, is there's a lot there's almost like a story being told within the music itself, not from the lyrics directly, more so it seems from the instrumentals. And the opening for this song, I think, was actually really, really strong with the I think that was a violin, correct me if I'm wrong. It might be some other like classical form of instrument, but that also seems to be a pretty big thing, because I think that's also a pretty big thing with Eminence as well, with some of the more classical instrument implementation to their music, which works really, really well. And I think that's why we're seeing a bigger national audience with these bands today, not only just because of the rise of the internet, but also it's a novel thing, especially here in the US, and probably in other countries as well, which definitely makes a lot of sense when you're starting to see music from other cultures that's vastly different from your own. So I like this song a whole lot, just based off the opening portion. Yeah, right there, right there. Okay, that's another thing that was, well, that's kind of the thing that I was talking about with Swedish music in general. And if you didn't hear, you could hear the underlying again, I think it's a violin, but I don't know that 100%, but there's just that slight undertone of it being there in the background, kind of, that gives it a very, very interesting feeling to the song. That's very, I guess, almost visceral, if that makes sense, which really, really works out a lot. It's not as far as I've seen done a whole lot here with in like American based bands, particularly. There's a few out there, but like Apocalyptic, I think they're US based. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they are one band that I think did stand out quite a lot, just because they're one of the few out there that was very, very heavy with the classical instruments in their songs, and implementing it into rock the way that they did, which still a really good band in my eyes. I like them a lot, and I think Swedish bands do it a little bit differently in terms of how they're in terms of their musical composition. I don't know if that's a cultural thing, or if it's just like the influence that they've had on their own music scene in particular, which I guess that would be kind of a cultural thing, but it's interesting to see the differences. I don't know what it is about that violin in the background. It just carries a lot of the song. See, and then this part right actually gives me the definitely gives me the impression that they are a band that's been around for a little bit. The fact that they're doing guitar solos, it's very, it gives me the vibe that they've been around for at least a while, probably like early 2000s. Could be wrong on that. Again, I haven't done my research, but not a lot of recent metalcore bands, and well, I guess metal bands in general do it a lot anymore, and where it seemed music as of recently is just completely doing away with like solos, and breakdowns they're not going away, but breakdowns in music are definitely getting shorter in my experience. closing. Let's go, man. Okay, that's easily my favorite song by Orbit Culture so far. I'm still looking a little bit more into a lot of their other songs. Just got quite a bit of projects on the back end that need to be taken care of, unfortunately. So time is very limited in terms of looking for new music that right now unfortunately doesn't involve me doing the YouTube thing also as a consequence of finding the new music or via recommendation. So thanks to a lot of you for the recommendations and wanting me to actually take a look at this, because it helps me find a lot of really good music. And I've found this song because well, you guys recommended it, and it's my favorite song by Orbit Culture so far. I love a lot of those songs that are really, I guess, atmospheric, like this one in particular. A lot of you probably listening to this are most likely familiar with Imminent. Love that band a whole lot, and Orbit Culture with this song, they hit a lot of notes that Eminence does in a lot of their songs as well, with like the background instruments and making sure that everything is composed the right way. The vocals for this song, they're a little standout, but I think each and every individual song out there typically has a portion or a certain instrument or just a part of the song that they're very invested in or focused in, which would make sense a lot because people want novelty, and they don't want the same thing over and over again, so it makes sense to go back and forth on, like, okay, this song is vocal heavy, this one's a little more guitar heavy, this one's really heavy on the drums, and some songs, they're pretty balanced as well. I don't know what's going on the back end with production and how they go about that, but it's really impressive to see where music is going. And overall, like with a lot of these Swedish bands getting more of an international audience, it is really impressive, and super excited to see these guys. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to see them live sometime soon. To any members of Orbit Culture, Des Moines, Iowa is where you want to come. You got your own hype man, your person to open up the pit here. So looking forward to you guys in the future if you're ever here. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Amazing band. Check them out wherever you can. And if you're looking for more content like this, hit that subscribe button. Got a lot of stuff that I'm looking at. You guys are recommending me a lot of great music, and super excited to check it out in the future. But till next time.